From the surprising discovery of the Lingwoo amazing dragon to the flying dragons of Chile, and from the 10-meter-long sea dragon Ichthyosaurus to the first ever flying vertebrate, the ghost dragon hunter, we bring you 7 mysterious dragon discoveries that actually exist. Dragons have always captivated our imaginations. The playful dragons of the How to Train Your Dragon franchise and the ferocious dragons faced by Bilbo Baggins and Harry Potter have all played prominent roles in literature and entertainment. But in our video today, we will be looking at real-life dragons that actually existed. These dragons are from the Mesolithic period, and we begin with the Lingwoo amazing dragon from northwest China. Number 7. The Lingwoo amazing dragon. A long-necked dinosaur inhabited the grasslands of what is now northwest China around 174 million years ago. The species, called Lingwulong shenki, or the Lingwoo amazing dragon, was a member of the sauropod family, which includes the famed Brontosaurus and the biggest terrestrial mammals ever to walk the world. The Lingwoo dinosaur was nearly 50 feet from head to whip-like tail, ate plants, and appeared not only 15 million years sooner than previously thought, but in a totally different place than expected. Since excavations began in 2005, an international team led by Xing Shu of the Chinese Academy of Sciences has uncovered remains from 8 to 10 different dinosaurs. Paleontologists cobbled together a profile of Lingwulong based on these skeletal remains, shattering long-held views about the sauropod family's beginnings. Previously, experts assumed diplodocoids, a subtype of sauropods known as neosauropods, originated when Asia separated from the Pangaea supercontinent around 164 to 158 million years ago. Although neosauropod fossils have been discovered in North America, Europe, and Eastern Africa, none were older than 160 million years old, and none were discovered in Asia. Scientists then concluded that the split of Pangaea generated a large sea that prevented Jurassic-era creatures from continent hopping due to the paucity of neosauropods in Asia. What do you think the Lingwoo dragon was doing all the way in Asia? Number 6. Frozen dragon, Cryodraken. The pterosaurs were the first vertebrates to soar the skies, and they ruled the Mesolithic period from the skies while the dinosaurs ruled the land. Pterosaur means winged lizard in Greek, and the most popular pterosaur is the pterodactyl, but more than 200 other species have been found. Paleontologists discovered a frozen dragon in Alberta's cold Badlands, a new kind of pterosaur with a wingspan of at least 16 feet that once flew over the heads of dinosaurs. Cryodraken boreas, a flying reptile, existed in what is now Western Canada around 76 million years ago during the Cretaceous era. Quote, "The animal would not have been a frozen dragon if it had been living," says research co-author Mike Habib, a paleontologist at the University of Southern California. "It would have flown in a moderately temperate terrain, but a heck of a lot warmer than central Alberta is now." Scientists have known about the pterosaur's bones for over 3 decades, but it has just recently been verified as its own genus. Now we know where the Nightwalker dragon is from, right? Number 5. Ghost Dragon Hunter. Paleontologists in northeast China have unearthed the skull of a previously unknown 120 million year old flying reptile with crazily snaggled teeth. Guidraco venator, which means ghost dragon hunter in both Chinese and Latin, was a meat-eating pterosaur with a wingspan of 13 to 16 feet. A basket of pointed teeth at the end of its foot-long skull most likely assisted in it catching fish, and a circular sail on its head may have steadied flying. The closest related to G. venator may be a relic called Ludodactylus sibiki, discovered by Frey and his colleagues in 2003. Adding to evidence that the 40 known species of pterosaurs were more widely spread than previously assumed. Pterosaurs were very successful reptiles that lived between 210 and 65 million years ago. Although insects were the first to fly, pterosaurs are considered the first flying vertebrates. The majority of their remains have been discovered in once dry plains or river valleys, indicating that the creatures lived predominantly inland. All pterosaurs are known to have eaten flesh, and two characteristics indicate that G. venator ate fish. Its 2-inch long teeth appear to be designed for catching fish in water, and chunks of fossilized feces discovered near its head are packed with fish vertebrae. However, whether pterosaurs scavenged, hunted, or pursued both techniques is a point of contention for several species, including the huge pterosaurs known as Quetzalcoatlus. The new G. venator is no different. Do you think the ghost dragon hunter ate flesh or fish? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Number 4. Sea dragons. The remnants of a 33-foot-long or 10-meter sea dragon that swam in the oceans when dinosaurs were alive 180 million years ago have been discovered on an English nature reserve. The beast is the largest and most complete fossil of its kind ever found in the United Kingdom. Quote, "It is a totally unusual finding, and one of the greatest finds in British paleontological history," said the excavation leader Dean Lomax, a paleontologist and visiting scientist at the University of Manchester. Though several similar ichthyosaurs have been discovered in the United Kingdom, none have been as huge as the present one. Ichthyosaurs are an extinct order, or major group, of marine reptiles that emerged around 250 million years ago in the Triassic period, and vanished from the fossil record 90 million years ago in the late Cretaceous period. They had long snouts and resembled modern-day dolphins. The recently discovered fossil belongs to a big ichthyosaur called Temnodontosaurus trigonodon, which is the first time this species has been discovered in the United Kingdom. According to the announcement, Joe Davis, a conservation team leader for the Leicestershire and Rutland Wildlife Trust, discovered the ichthyosaur on the Rutland Water Nature Reserve in the East Midlands in January 2021. What do you think about these sea dragons? Pretty cool, yeah? At number 3, we have the flying dragons of Chile. Scientists have discovered evidence that a flying dragon, which is believed to have wandered the skies of the northern hemisphere, also landed in Chile. The dinosaur belongs to an early pterosaur group that inhabited the world 160 million years ago. A fossil of this so-called flying dragon has been unearthed in the South American country's Atacama Desert. It's the first time evidence of a Jurassic-era reptile with a long tail, wings, and sharp outward-pointing fangs has been discovered in the southern hemisphere. Osvaldo Rojas, the director of the Atacama Desert Museum of Natural History and Culture in Chile, discovered the fossil near the village of Cerritos Bayos in 2009. The remnants of the unknown species were eventually discovered to be those of a Jurassic flying reptile. According to the University of Chile, analysis revealed that the animal was a member of the Rhamphorhynchinae subfamily. According to the university, it is the first example of the Rhamphorhynchinae subfamily identified in the southern hemisphere. The study's leader, Jonathan Alarcon, stated that findings from this group are often made in Europe, and the skeletal remains discovered in Chile suggest that, quote, "the dispersion of the creature in this group was larger than what was previously known." The discovery suggests strong linkages and possible migration between the northern and southern hemispheres at a time when the majority of the world's southern landmasses were thought to be united in a supercontinent known as Gondwana. Try saying Rhamphorhynchinae subfamily 10 times. Number 2. Taboo Nagaga Shawi. We know now, courtesy of University of Queensland academics, that the Cretaceous was even worse than we thought. Taboo Nagaga Shawi, maybe the most dangerous pterosaur of all, has been discovered. Quote, "This monster would have been extremely nasty," says Tim Richards of the university's Dinosaur Lab, one of the study's authors. "It would have cast a long shadow over some trembling tiny dinosaur who wouldn't have heard it until it was too late." The discovery is astounding. Pterosaurs' bones were light, hollow, and thin-walled, making them difficult to fossilize. Quote, "By international standards, the Australian pterosaur record is weak," says Richards, adding that the finding of Taboo Nagaga contributes substantially to our understanding of Australian pterosaur diversity. Len Shaw, a local fossil collector, discovered the fossil at a quarry northwest of Richmond, Australia in 2011. It is not a whole pterosaur specimen, but rather a rostral piece of a crested mandible from which scientists were able to deduce more of the creature's traits. It was discovered geologically in the Tulabuk Formation. The genus name of the pterosaur is a tribute to the now extinct Wanamara indigenous people who inhabited the area. The species name is the property of the discoverer. The genus name Taboo Nagaga contains taboon and Nagaga, the Wanamara terms for spear and mouth, respectively, senior author Steve Salisbury explains. In other words, the term Shaw's spearmouth refers to the Taboo Nagaga shawi. Would you like to have a dinosaur named after you? Better go find one of your own. Number 1. The Quetzalcoatlus northropi. Quetzalcoatl, the Mesoamerican god, is one of the great all-purpose deities. Quetzalcoatl, a feathered snake, not only created the cosmos and the first humans, but he was also in control of the wind. It's no wonder this enormous dinosaur was named after it. This deadly pterosaur may have dominated the sky above all others. Consider a monster the size of a giraffe with the wingspan of an F-16 jet plane. Imagine that monster roaming the sky above you, and you'll have a mental image of Quetzalcoatlus. Quetzalcoatlus, named after the Aztec feathered snake god Quetzalcoatl, ruled the skies in the late Cretaceous era, soaring on wings of up to 12 meters, or 39 feet broad. Quetzalcoatlus was most likely a glider, cruising at speeds of up to 107 kilometers per hour, or 67 miles per hour, with its huge wings. Despite its enormous size, Quetzalcoatlus could not avoid the tragedy that befell all flying reptiles, dinosaurs, and giant marine reptiles. A massive asteroid finally killed them off some 66 million years ago, paving the way for the new kings of the sky, modern birds. What do you think of this terrifying dinosaur? Pronouncing the name is one thing, but the size and ability of this beast are scary. Let us know what you think of the Quetzalcoatlus in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, check out our other video on the new prehistoric dinosaurs recently discovered that shocked dinosaur paleontologists.